You have been a longtime believer in Tesla, a longtime believer in Elon Musk, and you've been right. The numbers that you've kind of come on here and talked about, we've headed $1 trillion and over. The market cap is now back at $715 billion, but market cap was above $1 trillion. You had said $2 trillion when people thought it was crazy. It doesn't look so crazy anymore. A lot of the things you said have all happened, and it's because you've been a believer in Elon Musk. I would add that there's a third consideration in the stock market right now, though, too, and that's that Elon Musk has gotten so associated with Donald Trump and with Republicans and with Make America Great Again that it has led to blowback in some areas. In Europe, sales are down 45% in some areas. There have been cases of vandalism, even terrorism, against the cyber trucks, against Tesla cars, against some of the factories that are out there. That's a pushback. And I think of Warren Buffett, who used to say that just because he is the CEO, that doesn't mean he has to check his political beliefs at the door. That's what he always said, and he was always pretty outspoken on things. But several years ago, many years ago, he changed his mind on that and said he was going to keep his political beliefs a little more to himself because he didn't want the impact of people who disagreed with him to come back on Berkshire. Do you think that this is helpful to the stock with what he's doing right now? Do you think does it concern you that he's spending more time at Doge than he is at Tesla?
So my advice has always been to avoid politics. I don't like talking to you guys about politics. I don't think corporate executives, I don't think that's the best use. But he believes this is really important for our country. So remember, ChatGPT, that was founded by him. Yeah. And he put up the money for it in a non-profit organization. That's worth $350 billion. He walked away from that because he wasn't convinced, in fact, he was convinced the opposite, that this was going to be bad for humanity. He was worried about humanity, so he gave up his interest in ChatGPT, although they offered it to him again, but he does not care for the person who's running it, Sam Altman. Yeah. Doesn't trust him. So basically, I don't think it's a great thing to alienate half the population. On the other hand, he believes that digitization and autonomy is going to be driving the future, and he thinks we're on the verge of having an era of incredible abundance. So he's setting it up for that. And then in addition to that, what he believes is that in order for the planet Earth to survive, that America has to be militarily strong. And the only way you can be militarily strong is you can't be financially weak. So what he's trying to do is set it up so that you'll be financially strong, and then you can be militarily strong, and that's going to protect the planet, he believes. And I agree with that. So I think there's, I would hope that he would be a little less visible, but he feels that this is the way he's going to get things done, and he's been uncovering unbelievable things, and I think will be successful.
How often should you expect SpaceX to have these issues? And you see the celebration from the Elon haters when it's sick, but they actually chortle and sort of laugh about, the two recent incidents. Elon, he's right. Rockets are hard, but this is all. There was a time in Elon's life where he would have, if a launch had failed, he would have been bankrupt. I think he's recounted that story before.
3 different times.
Yeah, so this happens.
Sleeping on the floor.
Are things going along fine with SpaceX?
I ask about that regularly. I ask about succession. I ask about how the management is going and whether he's showing up. And he is showing up. I mean, unbelievable that he's doing all the things he has in Washington. And I was talking with someone who was a financial executive at SpaceX, I guess last week. And she was telling me that when there's an issue with something like Starship, which isn't working yet, but making incredible progress, there might be 3 meetings a week. He's in every one of the meetings. And then when it's Falcon, that's going great, so he's there for a short time. And if it's Starlink or a Star, for the defending of our country, he's there for those meetings too. But he's there all the time. I said, so you're a financial person. What are you doing there? And so she says, well, what we do is we give him a deck, and he goes through the deck, presumably, but maybe he doesn't, because maybe he knows all this stuff already. And we ask questions. So why are you in this meeting? You're a financial person. Well, I'm there because we give him the options. This is what this is going to be. This is one solution. And she says, I'm the one who figures out how much everything's going to cost. He shows up at all these meetings, and everyone tells me the same thing. He is more charged up about his business now than he's ever been. And there are all these new, when you talk about the fundamentals, there are all these new products that are coming out right now. Right now. In the middle of the year, you're going to start seeing new products, new refreshes. When you talk about Europe sales being down 40 or 50%, that's, you don't have any cars. They're not making them. They're not making them because they're going from the Model Y, which is the best-selling car on the planet, 1 million, 2 cars a year, to not making them. And so how are you going to have up sales when the cars that's driving your business isn't being made? And so that's what's happening, and you're starting to make them now in the refresh model. And as you see pictures of people saying, man, this is a great, incredible car.